Hey everybody, it's your old pal Robert from ThrillRide.com. How you doing? So today we're at Mentryville in Pico Canyon. Now Mentryville is a historical site in Southern California. It's only about 3 miles outside of Santa Clarita. So, when you look around, it looks like we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're pretty close to civilization. But this town was started by a man named Charles Alexander Mentry, and it was one of California's first oil drilling towns. And I think he finally struck oil in September of 1876. But the buzz off fly. But we'll see some historical buildings in here that are being maintained, and it's kind of small, but it's a pretty cool little step back in time. So let's go take a look. Yeah, just by looking at the single lane road that takes us in and out of here, it's pretty wild and untamed up in these canyons. So all right, and here you go. It's all part of the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy Zone Parkland. Good to see that they're encouraging the kind of behavior that will keep our parks open. Well, there you go. There's all the official details. Mentryville, named after Charles Alexander Mentry, who drilled California's first successful commercial oil well in 1876, was one of the first oil towns in the state. And Mentry's restored home, barn, and Felton School remain on the site where the California Star Oil Works Co., a predecessor of Standard Oil of California, was founded. How do you like that? All right, well, the first iconic structure right inside the gate is this beautiful classic red barn. That's about as Americana as it gets, and let's see what it says. All right, the red barn. Barn built in the late 1890s, and the additions on each side were made at later dates. The second floor was used as a hay loft, and there are hooks and pulleys that the farm crew used to hoist bales of hay from a wagon parked in front of the barn up through the door on the second floor, and then stack them for feed for the cattle and horses at Mentryville. Very cool. All right. Nice to know the beasts of burden were well fed and cared for. And I'm not sure if this is what. Oh, a little rabbit just ran by. It looked like a jackrabbit. Anyway, this looks like one of the additions referred to in the sign. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe this is the chicken coop. That graphic would certainly indicate the types of critters that this structure was built for. Let's take a look around the back. Yeah, sure. There we go. This has a very chicken coop-like vibe to it. Yeah. Now, all this construction equipment around here, I guess they are still upkeeping and grading. I wonder if there's any plans to restore any of the other buildings that used to be here. That's kind of cool. Here's looks like another extension on the back of the barn. Over here, up on the right, another one of the really, really major buildings on the property, and I am pretty sure this is a Charles Mentry's house. And it certainly is a home befitting an oil baron in the late 19th century. Yeah, it's very nice. And here is some explanatory panel text. Yeah, a little hard to read with all the weather damage, but Superintendent's House, known as the Big House. This 13-room Pennsylvania-style mansion was Charles Alexander Mentry's third home in Mentryville. It's completed in 1889. And then on October 8th, and I can't see what year that was, but poor Mentry died. The house was subsequently occupied by the superintendents and foremen. All All right, let's go take a look at the side of the property. I guess this home over here may be for the folks who kind of maintain this little park. I'm not sure. Wow. That is a really nice piece of vintage architecture. Love that big wraparound porch and the classic brick fire chimney. That's great. This may be before a lot of yours time out there, but getting a strong Walton's vibe out of this house. Yeah, good memories. And these structures back here, not entirely sure what those were for. The wooden one to the left there, that looks like it was built to be part of the home. But this metal shed, I don't know, that may be more recent. It's a little hard to tell what the vintage of this particular structure is. Again, I'm thinking probably not original to the town, but certainly not something built in the recent past. Yeah, so again, a lot of earth moving equipment, so it appears that the maintenance of the property is ongoing. Kind of an odd juxtaposition to have this very contemporary little earth scooping equipment and this rather weathered but really charming looking little home. Yeah, let's find out what the backstory on this is. The movie house, huh? The yellow house is really just a set from Disney's One Magic Christmas, filmed in 1984, one of the many movies and television shows that have been shot at Mentryville. Ah, look at the back of the house and you will see Virgil's gas painted on the door. And of course the typography's all distorted, but it's got a little Disney connection. Neat. Well, the gate is open, so let's just take a quick peek in here. Gosh, yeah. Yeah, those floorboards are looking a little rough. Nope, I don't think that's supposed to be entered. That's too bad. But it looks like we can poke our heads in here. Oh, yeah. That is in need of some renovation. But wow, I wonder about that wallpaper. I wonder how close to original that is. Very neat. Let's see if we can go find this Virgil's gas sign painted on the back of the house. Satellite dish, also not part of the original property. One more little anachronism, but it's thoughtful they gave us beverage options here. Well, I'm not seeing the painted signage I thought this little movie house placard up front told us to look for, but it does look to be, to have the remnants of some paint here. So yeah, there might have been some set dressing up here at one point. They do have a couple of picnic tables here in the shade. I'm not entirely sure what this transport unit was built for. So some little old oil tanker, I don't know. But it was built by Pike, we know that. Yeah, I think with the rubber wheels, this isn't entirely vintage, but it's a pretty cool looking cargo hauler of some kind. Just some more old metal odds and ends. These beautiful canyon mountains in the background. Very nice. When you're out here and there's just no sound whatsoever, it's kind of hard to believe we're we're in 2020 Southern California. Yeah, vintage machinery. Definitely got a high appeal factor for me. Is this an outhouse of some kind? I'm going to hazard a guess that yes, that's what that is. Well, of course, every healthy town needs a little schoolhouse. Looks like they even still got the flagpole. Maybe not the first flagpole, but a flagpole, which is kind of nice. Yeah, let's go take a look at this classic red schoolhouse structure. Obviously not huge. And there probably wasn't a giant population of kids here. Certainly enough to do the trick, I'm sure. All right, let's see what it says. Aha, the Felton School. School district formed in 1885, was named for Charles Felton, president of the Pacific Coast Oil Company, and later a United States senator. Huh. Felton School, I think I said Felton. Felton School opened the same year. The first schoolhouse in the Santa Clarita Valley that was not also used as a residence. Children in the 1st through 8th grades were taught here until 1932. What do you know? Wondering if this was a secondary outhouse for the school property. I think that is pretty much it for the buildings on site. But there does seem to be this kind of paved extension further into the canyon. So let's see where this goes. I wonder if these storage units have any connection to the oil history on the property. And one on the right sure looks pretty new. And this paved road seems to go on for quite a bit. I have a feeling this is pretty popular with bikers. A very scenic route to be traveling through the canyons, getting some exercise. And there's clearly some more hiking trails back here. Neat. Okay. Well, I hadn't really planned to explore that much out here, but I'm gonna have to come back. Yeah, there's plenty more to see back here. Gosh, I wonder if Mentryville at one point extended this far back. Just noting this concrete structure. I wonder if that's historical. That is a great rock. Rock's got a lot of character there. And boy, as I'm walking along around here, other sounds I'm hearing, a lot of skittering in the bushes. This place is loaded with lizards and rabbits and stuff, I'm sure. Which again, I approve of. And just by the way, after rewatching the Ostrich Land episode, I realized I needed to do something to guard against wind noise. So I've got a little kind of foam enclosure for the GoPro, which is supposed to do the trick. So consider this a test run. Got a little breeze going out here, and hopefully you're hearing me speak. Just amazing to think that over 130, 40 years ago, there was a whole town of people here conducting business, going to school, living their lives. Pretty amazing. Yeah, that really is one fine piece of real estate. Wouldn't mind having a homestead, something like this someday myself. And I'm definitely gonna have to look up this One Magic Christmas Disney movie from 1984. That one passed me by. Yeah, it's nice here. The parking is $5 and automated. And the park is basically open a little after sunrise until a little before sunset. So yeah, pretty easy to get to and enjoy. I think that's it for today's episode. And again, if you are a fan of Southern California history, or just history in general, very much recommend this as a place to swing by and check out. And because it is so close, it's not like you have to drive that far away from modern civilization to get to. You could even work this into a day trip to Magic Mountain if you wanted to, when that park opens. So until then, take care, everybody, and as always, thanks for watching.